All right, good morning everyone. Welcome. My name is Susan and we're going to do a lovely little half-hour Pilates class. All right, so let's connect with our breath. First of all, the breathing is in through the nose, out through the mouth. And when you exhale, I want you to engage your core. So basically suck your gut in every time you exhale. So we're breathing out to the chest, thoracic breathing, exhale. Nice, loud, forceful exhale like the letter H in hollow. If you prefer to pretend you're blowing out a candle or fogging up a window, that's fine as well. Every exhale, belly button to spine, okay? Now, let's connect with our breath. Remember, take it easy, do what you can. We're doing sets of 4 and we're holding for 4. If you can only do 1 or 2 and then you get a little shaky or you're not very strong, stop and just relax, okay? We do a lot of stretches between, and when we do our little stretches and resting, it's normal breathing, all right? So, Pilates stance, heels into a V, heels together, feet into a V. Now for the first 4 breaths, I want you on the exhale, bring the thighs together, bring up that pelvic floor, belly button to spine, tighten those buttocks, and I want you to pretend that you've got a belt tightening your ribs. Just for the first 4 breaths, we're just gonna get everything nice and tight. Shoulders relax. It's gonna help us connect with our breath. Big breath. And full breath, inhale completely. Squeeze everything tight on the exhale. Let's go, keep going. You're only tightening on the exhale. Release on the inhale. And perfect. All right, release the heels. Roll out the shoulders. Now we're gonna do a little warm up. The rest of the warm up, the rest of the class is belly button to spine, so don't worry about the other places, all right? Let's go, inhale up. And nice and slow. And one more, up. And perfect. Roll the shoulders out. So this is just a little warm up, okay? Just to warm up the body and to, get that connection with the breath as best as you can, and then we'll get to work. So let's do a couple more. So we're gonna do a nice calf raise. So this one here, let me show you quickly. We're gonna come up onto the balls of the feet and come all the way down, heels on the floor. This is gonna challenge your balance as well. Also working on the strength of the toes, the feet, the ankles, and the lower leg muscles. So for your balance, find yourself a little spot on the floor and just stare at it. That'll help you with your balance. Now, as far as the arms go, the arms can go to the side if that helps. If you're feeling extra balance today, you can bring your arms up to the ceiling, is what I'm going to do. All right, so if you find it's a bit too much, don't worry about it. You can skip a few. You don't have to do them all. We're only going to do 4 of them. Let's go. Inhale up. And again, up. Dig those toes in. Press down on the balls of the feet. Keep going, up. Now, the next time we come up, we're going to stay there for 4 breaths. If you're still with me, up. One more. And down, all the way. Roll it out. Roll up the ankles, shake those legs up, release those calves. Perfect. All right, let's do 1 more. Arms to the side. You can have your feet a little bit wider. Make sure you're nice and anchored to the floor. Inhale, arms back, look over the right shoulder. Exhale, left. Now this is, keep going 1 more time, both sides. This is gonna start really warming up the shoulders, releasing the chest, and also a gentle neck stretch. And down, roll it out. All right, so now we're gonna get onto our hands and knees. So we're gonna do a couple of cat and cows, and then we're gonna get into our Pilates push-up. All right, so we're gonna do a couple of upper body strength. So let's give it a shot. Now, cat and cow, this is just a stretch, warming up the spine and the upper body. So it's normal breathing for this here. Ankle, knees and hips lined up, hands are lined up. Head up, sacrum up, C-skew spine. Like I said, it's just a warm up, a stretch, do normal breathing for this. And then arch the back, chin to chest, belly button to spine. All the way up into your cow. You can feel the stretch into your belly. You can feel the chest stretch. And then when you get into your cat, lengthening the spine, really releasing upper back, lower back, and neutral. Now, Pilates push-up. We stay on the knees, all right? So, let me show you this one here quickly, and we'll do it together. I'm going to back my knees up. My arms are lined up with my shoulders. I'm coming down, and I'm coming up. That's it. Keep your knees on the floor. Back stays straight, all right? Your buttocks are level to your back. You don't have to go far. If you're not very strong, don't feel that you have to go all the way to the floor. Even a little bit will help. We're going to do 4 of them. We're going to stay in the position for 4. If you get tired, come back to table. Ready? And inhale down. And exhale up. Don't forget, engage the core, belly button, spine on the exhale. Now the next time we're down, we're staying there. One more. Up. Now let's go into our shell. Open up the knees, lean back, and rest. Rest on the forearms, bow your head and rest. So this is a resting. This is called the shell. It's similar to child's pose. You don't have to put your head on the floor. It's just to rest your body. This is a stretch as well. Your spine, your back muscles, your hips, your quads, your arms, your shoulders, your wrists, just rest. This is called the shell. This is where you can come to. Now the next one we're going to do again is still working the upper body. We're going to do our plank and our dolphin. This is a little bit tougher. Now the plank is going to be on the forearm. I'll show you quickly and then you can decide on what you need to do. All right, so coming down onto your belly. Now the low plank. Body is off the floor like this. Dolphin, you're going to push yourself up and you're going to exhale, come back down to plank. Now this is a lot of core strength, upper body strength. I'm going to do 4 of them, all right, and then come down. I'm not going to hold it, I'm just going to do 4, up and down. So do what you can. If you get tired, come down and rest, all right? Curl the toes, preparing for our plank. Inhale up, exhale. Dolphin, inhale down, and keep going. One more. And down, all the way. That's a tough one. Come up slowly into shell. Taking time to rest. Slow down the heart rate, slow down the breathing. Let your body rest. Release the tension as it accumulates. That's why the resting is important. It's a quick rest though. All right. That'll get your heart rate up a little bit. Plank and dolphin is always a tough one anyway. So even if you're really strong, that's a really tough one. So as long as you get your position, you've got your form right. Even if you only do 1, don't worry about it, okay? There. Now, let's do a couple from this position. So this is the seated position. We're going to do our open leg rocker. Now I'm going to give you a couple of different ways to do this one here. We're going to do 2 different exercises from a seated position. Very important that your back stays straight, your neck is long, and you're looking forward. So when we're doing these, try not to be rolled and bowing your head. Straighten that spine. This way, we're really going to get a lot of fire in the belly, working on strengthening our abdominals, our core muscles, also the back, the lower back. Back muscles will help you. Nice and stable, keep you strong, balance and from rolling over. Let me show you this one here. I'll go sideways a bit, just so you see my position. My back is straight. I'm going to rock up, all right? Holding on to the back of the leg. So this particular one here, we're going to have one leg up and down. Now, if you can't get your leg up very high, don't worry about it. Sometimes just getting in this position, you're still working the same muscles. You get your leg here, here, or here. Doesn't matter. All right, ready? Inhale up, right leg, and keep going. Inhale up, and We're doing 2 more. If you get tired, come all the way down and rest. Now, the next time you're up, stay here, breathe. Down and rest. Come forward. Now, bow your head. Relax your legs, relax the shoulders, and just rest. Rest your belly. Perfect. All right. Let's see what we can do. Roll the shoulders out. Loosen everything up. Let's try this side here. Ready? Hold on. Now, same thing. Try this side here. Inhale up. And now the progression to this as you get stronger is to do it without holding your legs. But hold on to the legs if you need to. This is why my back is straight. So I'm nice and anchored and level. I'm not going to roll over. And up. Stay here. And down and rest. These are tough ones, you know. I haven't done these in a little while either, so, you know. So with Pilates, you know, like in my normal hour-long classes, we do sets of 5, we hold for 5, and then we progress from there. We know we might do a few more or a few less, but even if you do 1, and you can manage 1 really good one, and it feels good, and after that you're getting kind of shaky and tired, don't worry about it, because you get stronger as you get out in your practice. That's the point. It's all about control. So whatever you do, you have perfect control. It feels great. The breath is flowing. Be happy with that. Don't worry about what you can't do. Be happy with what you can do, because it will come if you let it. But don't rush it. Don't force your body, because otherwise your breath is going to go sideways. The breath is there to help you control, right? And don't hold your breath. So now guess what? We get to do both legs. Roll the shoulders out. Rock up. Ready? Let's go. Inhale. And up. Working the thighs as well, the hips. Strong belly. And up. Stay here. One more. Down and rest. And just give yourself time to just slow everything down. Just rest. All right? Perfect. All right, so from here, we're going to do some roll downs. All right, now, same position, still sitting down. Now, this one here again, make sure, do your best with having a straight back. Neck is long and you're looking forward. Let me show you this one here. Now, my feet are a little bit wider than my hips. Feet are nice and anchored to the floor. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to inhale down. Now, go to the place where your belly gets hard and you get stuck, and then up. And when you exhale, belly button to spine, that's your power. This exercise, our position, or it's called a roll down, as a matter of fact, is the one that you're really going to notice the power of when you bring your belly button to spine and you exhale. There's so much power there. This is where you're really going to notice that power. Now, if you're not very strong and you can't go very far, even if you just go here, and that's where you get stuck, that's it. Don't worry about it, okay? Don't force it and pace yourself. This, I want to do 8 of these if you can. All right, if you can't, stop and come here and rest. All right? Now this one here, you're going to feel it again. You're going to feel it in the hip flexors. You're going to feel it in your quads as well. So, roll the shoulders out. Don't overthink it. Just relax. Do what you can. Ready? Let's go. Inhale. And try to relax your shoulders. And nice and slow. Inhale down, belly button to spine, nice and hard. Halfway there. Now, the next time we lean back, if you're still with me, wherever you need to be, stay here and breathe. One more. And up. All right, that's a good one. And rest. You can feel your heart rate. You know, Pilates is not a cardio, but you know, you'll get your heart rate up a little bit. And that's a good thing. Roll out. All about strength and power, strengthening your body. Working on flexibility, of course, balance, posture, you know, clearing your mind as well. All kinds of wonderful benefits. But strengthening your body. Perfect. Roll it out. All right. So now we're going to lay on our backs. All right. So we're going to do a couple of things on our back. Now let's see if you can see me here. So this next one is called Footwork. So let me show you this one here. Back is nice and anchored. I'm going to bring my feet together in a nice wide V. Let me move this way so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. There we go. So I'm going to give you a couple of different ways to do this one here. I'm going to take my breath. I'm going to exhale out to 1 o'clock and inhale in. Now this is a nice gentle hip opener, working the inner thighs. You can feel your quads working, pelvic floor muscles, of course your abdominals, even into your buttocks. Okay, all kinds of wonderful things with this one. Now I'm going to give you a deeper version. For those of you who are not very strong, you can go to 1 o'clock. All right. Now, for those of you who are a little bit stronger, if you want to challenge yourself, you can go down a little lower. All right. The lower you go, the stronger your core has to be. Now, if you decide you want to go a little lower, pay attention to how your back and your belly is. Try the easy one first and see how everything feels. If you go lower and if your back changes, you know you've got a little arch, if your back starts to really arch and your belly starts to pooch up and you start wiggling around, then you know that you're not strong enough, you're way too low. Find a place that works good with your breath and where you are in your practice and your abilities as well. All right? Keeping yourself safe, but having the right form, but it's all about the breath. All right? So let's get ourselves into position. Shoulders relaxed. Take your breath now. Exhale. Inhale in and out. Some might call this position the frog. It's also called footwork. This particular one I do also in the resistance band class, the same thing. And one more, out. Now the next time you bring it out, stay there for 4 breaths. Out, breathe. Big breath, exhale, belly button to spine. Keep going. One more. Bring it in. Stay here. Breathe. One more. Now, slowly bring your knees together and go right into a little hug, and I want you to rock. And let's really release that lower back. Stretch that lower back out. Because as you work on strengthening your core, you're really strengthening your lower back as well. Everything works together. So there's a lot of tension in that lower back, especially when you have your legs moving up like that. It takes a lot of core strength and back strength to have those legs up there to the ceiling. And then I want you to stretch your legs out slowly, very gently. Bring your arms over your head if you'd like to stretch your body out. Stretch it out. Lengthen all of those muscles. The thighs, the hip flexors, your belly. Stretch it out. Lengthen, decompress those tight muscles. Perfect. All right. Now, let's do another one. This one here, we're going to have our leg up to the ceiling. If you have a hard time with your leg up to the ceiling, I normally have a strap, but I don't have it right now. I'll give you something else you can do. Let me show you. There's 2 ways to do this one here. Full version, legs come up. We're going to start with one leg. We're going to draw a circle on the ceiling. This is working the hip. If you find it's easier to have a foot on the floor, do it this way. Absolutely. If you have a hard time with your leg up, having your leg up to the ceiling is really working on your core strength. You have to have a little bit of core strength because our legs are very heavy. To have them up there takes a lot of work. If you find bending the knee a bit is going to help, take the pressure off, bend your knee a little as well, because we're working with the hip with this one, okay? So I'm going to do the full version. I'm going to start with my left. So I want you to visualize you've got a little pencil in your toes and you're drawing a nice circle. Now the size of the circle depends on how your hip is. If you're nice and loose and you're very strong and you want to draw a nice big giant circle, absolutely. But if you're not, just do a little circle is fine. Doesn't matter, all right? Make sure that nothing moves. Your body doesn't wiggle around, your back doesn't move, and your hips are not moving. The only thing moving is the leg, all right? Start with the left leg. Let's go. Inhale. Just pick the direction. We just do it in one direction. Inhale. Exhale. Pause. Inhale around. Draw that circle. Keep going. Round. And pause. Bend and rest. Straighten that leg. Straighten them both. Let's stretch it all out. If you need to do a quick hug, release the back, go ahead. A little hug. Take the time to do it. Because otherwise, if you don't take a second or two or a few, a little bit of time to stretch it out, when you go to the next position or the next exercise, you know what? Your body's a little tired and you might just run out of gas and then you're going to lose your form. The breath goes out the window. We want to keep that breath. It's all about control and precision. Let's do the other side now. All right? Pick the direction. Let's go. Inhale. And now the 5 principles of our Pilates practice are centering, concentration, control, precision, and breath. So every move you make has perfect control, working with precision. And that's where that breath comes in. It helps with the control. So don't hold your breath. One more. Round. Loosen up that hip. And bend. Go right into your hug if you need to, and rock. The hug is for the spine and the back, but also you'll find it stretches out the thighs, the hips, the buttocks. And if you want, stretch your legs out, bring your arms over your head. All right, perfect. From here, bring yourself up to a seated position, nice and gentle. Back onto all fours into our table. Let's do a couple more cat and cows. This is just a stretch. Let's loosen things up before we end our class. Head up, sacrum up. When you come up into your cow, now you'll feel a nice stretch into your belly, into your core muscle, abdominals, and your chest. And then when you get into your cat, really get a nice stretch into the back. Really release that lower back. Couple more. And from here, let's get ourselves up to standing. Come all the way up nice and slow. Let's do a few stretches and we're all done. All right, so I want you to get into a nice wide V. Nice wide stance. Now this is just a stretch, so normal breathing. And let's do a V lateral stretch. Bring your arm up and reach. This is a nice lateral flexion of the spine, bending the spine from side to side. We moved it forward, we moved it back, keeping our spine nice and flexible and strong, lengthening the side of the body. This will stretch everything out. Come up, use your core muscles to help you move. Let's go all the way. Stretch, relax. Slow down that breath. Bring the right arm up, reach. Lengthen your body, stretch it out, stretch that belly out. Now we're going to do a V straddle split. Hinging up the hips, come down. I'm going to give you a few ways to do this one here. Full version is coming down, legs are straight. Bend the knees if you want. If you find it makes you dizzy, put your hands on your knees and come down halfway. Keep your knees bent, it doesn't matter, it's just a stretch. All right? Full body stretch. Really lengthening the spine again. You feel a nice stretch into the back of the legs, into the hamstring as well. Let's walk our hands to the left. Here you get an extra stretch into the right inner thigh, the right side of the body. Bend your knees if you find it's uncomfortable, don't worry about it. Come to center, go to the other side. Center. Bend the knees, come up slowly, reverse the blood flow so you don't get dizzy. All the way. And get those legs together. And give yourself a big hug for coming out today, for hanging out with me and everybody else. And a clap for everybody. Well done. And that's it. roll the shoulders out, and I hope you enjoyed that. That's our little quickie half-hour Pilates on the mat. There's a whole bunch of other things we can do, which we have done and we will do. Now that we're back to class, if I didn't mention at the beginning of the class, go on to the website for the complex or essentials, and you'll get the full schedule. Hopefully it'll be posted soon, but we're going back full pin September, so we'll see you there. Please come back. We're all good to go, and love to see you. I miss everybody. So have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend. Get outside, get some sun on your face, go play. Find something to do outside that makes you happy. Even if it's just sitting around, doesn't matter. All right, so my name is Susan. Thanks again.